Hey everyone, what's going on? Thanks for tuning back into Relevant Jukebox, and today we're going to talk about the newest album from Danny Brown. You know what I'm saying? So, oddball rapper Danny Brown is back here on Warp Records with his follow-up to his 2016 masterpiece Atrocity exhibition. And he's enlisted an A-list cast on here. You got features from Run the Jewels, Blood Orange, JPEG Mafia, Obung Jayar, which I have no idea if I'm saying that correctly, and even a hidden feature from ASAP Ferg. Longtime collaborator and producer Paul White is back with production credits on a few tracks here. We also get production credits from Flying Lotus and Thundercat, the experimental hip-hop group Standing on the Corner, and most interestingly, the legend himself, Q-Tip. Yes, Q-Tip executive produced this entire album. And to maybe no one's surprise, this has yielded some pretty awesome results and ends up being Danny Brown's most focused sounding and maybe matured album to date, almost like a fine wine. The record kicks off with this surprisingly relaxing and subdued track Change Up. The bass line on this track is super catchy. I'm also really loving the watery guitars, and the synthesizers create this really vast atmosphere on here. And Danny's rapping about how he's never gonna change and he's always gonna continue to be himself. And the track Three Tears with Run the Jewels is a pretty strange one. I mean, the beat on this song sounds like it's drunk. It's got a very odd, clunky groove on it that took a couple listens to really click with me. But yeah, JPEG Mafia killed it on this one. I'm also really loving the track Savage Nomad, and especially towards the end with that meltdown that happens and turns into this drum solo that leads directly into the soul-centric track Best Life. And there also is a very strong, like, jazzy finish to this record with the track Combat. There's an amazing sample of a trumpet on here that carries this record out, and Danny Brown gives potentially his best performance on the whole record, in my opinion. Overall, this whole album has beats on it that has this loopy, detailed, kind of psychedelic formula running throughout it that I think a lot of Madlib fans are going to appreciate. They do play out in this almost linear type fashion though, with no beat changes on the whole record. It kind of seems like Danny wanted to bring it back to his roots in some ways, and honestly having Q-Tip executive produce here was a really smart move, because I'm sure he was there to make sure that these beats don't get stale, and they certainly don't, because there's really no filler on this record. It's really tight at 11 tracks. I mean, there's only really a couple spots on this record where it kind of seems slightly lackluster. I kind of feel like that on the lead single that came out, Dirty Laundry. It's not really as strange or as memorable as the rest of the record overall. And to my surprise, I actually slightly feel the same about the track Negro Spiritual that features JPEG Mafia. The production is kind of plain, but honestly, Peggy's feature isn't his best, in my opinion. I'm not sure if he lost his voice before he recorded his parts or if he's really doing this on purpose, but it honestly doesn't even sound like JPEG Mafia. It's kind of distracting. He actually sounds a lot more like Pharrell. But maybe if Pharrell had strep throat. But I mean, overall, I'm pretty much loving this record. Although this record might not be as bombastic and dirty and grimy sounding as some of his past releases like Atrocity Exhibition or 30, this is Danny's most cohesive project yet, and it's consistently good front to back with a lot of witty lyrics and classic Danny Brown flows. And I do think it is kind of funny that Danny's found this newfound maturity on this record, and he's also undergone an appearance change overall, to where if you look up old pictures of Danny Brown, he really looks like his old records, and now he looks like this new record. And yeah, with that being said, I'm feeling an 8, you know what I'm saying? So if you like this record as much as I do and you want to pick it up on vinyl, there is a pre-order that's open right now on Warp Records website. I'm going to leave a link down below so you can grab that. It looks like the record's slated to come out around Thanksgiving time. And yeah, let me know what you guys thought about this record down in the comments below. And as always, thanks for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more from me, make sure you're subscribed and hit that like button and hit the bell as well so you can be notified when I put up my next review. But yeah, in the meantime, go grab this Danny Brown record. Peace.